What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and another video. Today we are going to replace a part that is on the cheaper side as far as brands go with something that is more quality, more reliable, and more dependable. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get rid of this rough country winch and replace it with a Warn VR EVO 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the synthetic line off of this rough country winch first, because I bought the Warn winch with steel cable to save a couple $100 since I already had the synthetic cable on this winch. So I'm going to go ahead and start with getting that cable off and swapping over the cables, and then we'll put the new winch on. So I'll bring you guys along with me. Alright guys, we made a little bit of progress so far. So I went ahead and got all the winch line out here, and I did unhook the winch. So now I'm going to get the little hex head bolt right here off so I can get the whole entire winch line off of the winch itself. So should be fairly easy for that. I did unhook everything up there. So now next steps are just getting this all unhooked and getting the winch line freed of the winch. Also, did not do a video on this, but I did get the EVO quarter-pounder front bumper with the stinger. I'm trying to make my Jeep a little bit more American made as far as my armor goes. So I want all my armor to be American made. So with this swap of the front bumper, all of my armor is now American made. So that's where I wanted to go with it. I do love the EVO bumper. That's exactly what I've wanted since I got the Jeep, but I couldn't afford it until now. So did go ahead and get that swapped. It was a pretty easy install, so I didn't do a video on it, but absolutely love the look of it. All right guys, just a little side-by-side comparison here. The quality is, it's so visible between these two. Warn is obviously the better brand, the more well-known brand. The rough country one was just something to kind of get me by until I could afford a Warn. Now this is the VR EVO series, which apparently is made overseas, but Warn does great with their quality controls, so I do trust them even though it is made overseas. They've been doing winches for a long time, so very good reviews on this winch as well. So very excited to put this on and get that out. Alright guys, and my little trick that I've used for a few years with getting these nuts to stay in their designated spot here is I actually just put little masking tape over it, and it usually holds it in just fine. I know some people use some RTV, just like a touch of RTV in there, but the tape trick has always worked really well for me, and it's just super easy to do. And then once you get the winch on the bumper, you can actually just rip it off. So that is the best method I've found, the least messy. So that's the one I've been going with for a while. That's what I'd recommend you do as well. Alright guys, and for the mounting hardware, how it works is you have your bolt, put on a lock washer, and then an actual washer. For the EVO quarter pounder, it is the shorter bolts, not the longer ones they give you. So they have both. For the EVO quarter pounder, you just want the shorter bolts. So we're gonna get those in now and get the winch line all roped in. All right, we got the winch all mounted. I ran the wires right under here, up through fender well, all the way to the battery. It is a little tight on the positive cable over there, but I was able to make it work. The negative had plenty of cable, so that worked out pretty well. Really nice and clean there. I'll probably end up putting some zip ties on here just to make sure everything stays. But got the new line in here. I'm thinking about getting a Factor 55 Ultra hook on here, so I'll probably end up swapping this out eventually. But for now, this will do the job. But yeah, everything fits really nicely with this EVO quarter pounder. I didn't relocate my vacuum pump. I kind of just put it back here for now. But it fits really nicely with the Warn winch there. So very, very happy with the look and function of this winch. I could just tell just from spooling in the new line here that it is way, way smoother and faster. So that's great news. All right, guys, it is the next day. We've got the winch completely installed. It's got a little busy. The weather was so nice. We grilled out and everything. So got a little busy. Didn't end up finishing the video. But today I want to show you guys the finished product. So what we got here is the Warn VR EVO 10. I didn't get the S because I already had synthetic line, so I went ahead and swapped that out. Everything looks good in the front here. I do really like the EVO bumper with the Warn winch. It looks just super good. It's a good looking package there. So yeah, I'm very happy with the winch so far. Again, I did spool and unspool the line. and it is way faster and smoother than my previous winch. So I am very happy so far with it. I have no doubts at all that it's gonna do the job and do it better than what I had previously. So we'll go over next why I decided to switch winches. Like, why would I go from a perfectly good working winch to something more expensive and go through the hassle of swapping it out. So I'll go over that next. So the reason I decided to swap out to the Warn winch here is because I'm getting a little more serious about wheeling. I'm going a lot more often, sometimes by myself. So for me, it was just reassurance as well as having a quality product on my Jeep. So I know that the EVO series is not made in the USA, but Warn products are usually made in the USA, so I definitely feel good about supporting that. I do really like this winch. The rough country one always scared me because I never knew if I had used it if it was gonna work. It's a very low quality, low priced winch. So I wanted to go with something that I knew was gonna be reliable, something I was gonna trust, and something that was just made better. So I was very happy with going with that. Another reason as well, as stupid as this may sound, is mainly because of the remote. So the remote location for the rough country winch was on the passenger side. So it was on the passenger side here, which made it really hard to get the line all the way up to the driver when I was winching. So the Warn has it on the driver's side. Sorry, there's a plane going by. And another thing too is this awesome remote that winch includes with the VR EVO series. So this one can be wireless or wired. So I'm extremely happy about that. It's gonna make winching a lot easier when I do have to. So that's another big reason why I switched over to the Warn winch. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today, for this video. I am very happy with this. It was a great install. The hardware was really high quality. The winch is so much smoother and so much nicer than the previous one I had. If you're looking at this winch, I would highly recommend it. Of course, I would have loved to go with the Xeon winch, but I really can't afford that. It's a lot of winch that I probably won't be using very often. The Xeon is more for people that are gonna be using it very often, not just on their own Jeep, but on other people's Jeep as well. The VR, I think, is gonna be absolutely perfect for my needs. So I am very happy with this setup, very happy with Warn in general. I've been wanting to go with Warn for a long time and I was finally able to afford it. So I was very happy to get that swapped out. So if you have any questions, guys, drop them down below. I'd be glad to answer them. I don't know a ton about winches, but I know just enough to get me in trouble. So I'd be glad to answer any questions you have. Again, please like and subscribe for more Jeep and off-road content, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.